It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. And ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the end of 2025. It's simply just yesterday I was eating sushi, entering the new year, dropping new projects, saying this is going to be a great year. And to be honest, it was great, but there was some problems that I had to navigate through. But nonetheless, it was great, and here we are. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, 25, it's ending, and 26 is here. And so what I'm going to do is talk about the best of 25. Let me get into the first couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Spain. Got some plays over in Spain this past year. Gracias, gratitude, toraba. And you guys already know by now, I've said numerous times on this podcast, that one of my future retirement spaces or things to think about is retiring in Spain. Spain is a beautiful place. Seems like a good place to retire at. So thanks for listening to Spain. Appreciate you guys' gratitude. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by my album, the Temporal Operations Agency album, called Time Shall Unfold. With numerous tracks and songs I've done since 2010 till now, 15 years of rap, hip-hop, experimental spoken word, of me doing my thing with some of my compadres, some of my buddies, some of the spacemen, yes, some of the EIF fam. So put the link below, check it out. Now, let's get on the podcast. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, 25 is over, about to be over. And we are entering 26. We are currently in the future. Now, when I was a young man back in 76, 86, 96, 2006, 2016, and all the years that's flying by, I couldn't imagine that I live in a world as miraculous as this. Now, currently, I'm rocking Tony Stark type smart glasses that talk, can take pictures. It's amazing. Smart watches, smartphones, cars, electricity, Cybertrucks that look like they were straight out of Blade Runner. Even though it is a little bit old still, there's a lot of new, a lot of gadgetry and technology that's absolute maddening. Like I said, the smart glasses feel like magic. It's crazy. Here we are at 25. And we're still watching cinema, which is very cool. 49 years, 50 years later since I was born, movie magic, TV magic still exists, many different forms, but we still watch great entertainment on the screens, at the theater still too, which is magnificent. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get into what was the best of 25. There was many possibilities, many candidates, and I had to narrow it down, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you some of the great things I saw on YouTube this year. The Trek this year was good, of course. Strange New Worlds, phenomenal show. Great as usual. Trek is usually on during the year at some point in time, and it's always good. I also watched Time Cop for the millionth time, and it was phenomenally good again. And one additional thing, too, I saw just recently was Deja Vu, which I had seen years, and now was phenomenal. It was a great thing on it, too. There was Lions football, too. Lions football was everywhere. Detroit Lions on Netflix, on Amazon, on CBS, on NBC. They were all over the place, played everywhere. Every kind of media the Lions were playing, they were doing really good up until the last game was played. Of that phenomenal season, congratulations, Detroit Lions. You guys looking the best you've ever looked. The halftime show you guys did that Eminem produced over at Thanksgiving was phenomenal. The halftime show that Snoop did over at Netflix was phenomenal. UFC was good too. I was watching UFC. UFC is great. And also UFC, heads up, in 26 is going to be where Star Trek's at. So two of my most favorite things on planet Earth, MMA, UFC, and Star Trek in the same place. One service, I got it all there. UFC, Star Trek, among other great things. Yeah, my two most favorite things are going to be there. Phenomenal. Yeah, next year, can't wait. But anyways, UFC was good this year as usual. Men fighting, pushing the odds, strength, training, all this great mindset. Love UFC. Also great. Also went to the theater many times, saw Ninja Turtles. Saw a lot of old school stuff, saw the Cast with the Ghosts. Saw many movies in the theater, had the premium theater with nachos and fancy drinks and had waiters and all that. Went there multiple times in my local cinema. Great experience most of those times, right? Saw YouTube videos. I watch AI videos. Now, one of the things too, the AI videos, I know people hate AI and they don't like people to tell them. But sometimes they are funny. Sometimes they got like these famous people that are no longer living no more and doing like crazy things. Michael Jackson's working at Popeyes. Tupac was in Titanic. Recipes, all those guys. I don't think it's meant to be disrespectful, just be fun. And they were hilarious. So there were so many great things on the tube this year. Yes, there was. But, ladies and gentlemen, I narrowed it down to one thing. One thing I saw on the tube to me was the greatest experience I've had the whole year. Now, way back in March, I went to my local fancy theater. I saw a spy movie in the theater that I had not seen for a while. Now, be clear real quick before I get into that, I did see Mission Impossible in the theater this year, which is also great, and a great spy movie, and Tom Cruise always brings it. I actually have a little memorabilia from the movie, something from the movie. It was great too, and Mission Impossible was also phenomenal, top of the list. But the one I'm gonna get into was just a little more different, a little more psychological. The vibe was a throwback to the old spy movies I watched back in the day. Great vibe, great energy. I also went there on a date with my woman, my phenomenal woman, my great woman, right? And seeing the movie, I could see us in the film. And it's the first time I've watched a spy movie where I could see my woman in the film movie in a way. I watched spy movies for like a decade plus. And I could see us in there some way, some kind of sort of in a way. Our relationship kind of mirrored that slightly, which is absolutely crazy, right? And just the experience of seeing this spy movie at the theater, which is Black Bag, by the way. We had a waiter, brought us, like a veggie pizza, good drinks. It felt like a very premium experience, like a nice day out. I think it was in March, I believe. And just the whole experience of seeing the movie was good. But also the movie was good also. The movie's really good. Now, as I've walked down the rabbit hole, I went down the rabbit hole of spy movies for like a decade plus. And I've seen so many variations of the spy tale, TV, movies, video games, also, over all these years. This one just connected really well. Now, if you've been listening to this podcast for a long time, you know The Bureau is my favorite TV show of all time when it comes to the spy espionage area. This one right here, Black Bag, it does probably sit at the top 10, top 5 list of movies so far. I liked it that much. Now, I've not really got to go online to the communities I'm in to see what they think about this movie. It's just my own personal take. And it could be also the circumstances outside of it. I was dressed nice and went there with my date with my lovely lady. Had a good time. But I do think the movie is pretty solid. So my number one pick for what was good on the screen to me, now to be clear, this is to me, not for everybody else. My experience of seeing on the screen for the captain, the best experience on the screen to me was Black Bag. That's what it was, yeah. And a lot of you guys probably already knew that. If you've been following these podcasts and seeing my social media, you probably already knew that. My lady already knew that. I asked my lady, what do you think the best of 2005 was to me? And I hadn't told her. She didn't even know what it could be. And she knows what I watch regularly. She knows what I like. She knows what I'm into. She knows I love Star Trek. She knows I love time travel. She knows everything I'm into as far as on the screen. And she picked it. She called. She said, yeah, I think you're going to say Black Bag. I was like, you're so right. No, because she knows how much I love the spy genre. And in my dwelling, on my desk, I got a little swag from when we went to the movie theater. A little postcard, whatever. It's right on my workstation, right on my desk, right next to my computer. I'll take a picture, show it on social media. It's a little postcard from the movie Black Bag. And it sits on my desk because the movie experience is great. I like the spy genre, and the visuals of the poster is great. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, 2025, the greatest thing to me was the movie Black Bag. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of what it's about. It's a spy movie, so I got to tell you. I did a podcast about it, actually. So check the podcast out or just go watch it. I guarantee you will probably like it. Just to be clear, though, it is contrast to Mission Impossible or Mission Impossible out of action. There is not as much action. It's more a mental, psychological thriller. But still, you will definitely like it if you're into the spy genre. So, ladies and gentlemen, 2025, it's over. Bro, it's over. And I'm going to be at the casino high roll trying to win me some money on New Year's Eve at some point in time. I'm not sure when I'm going or where I'm going. There's tons of casinos in my state. I'll be at one of them, sure. Hanging out, trying to win some money, playing, the slots, the tables, having some food, whatever. It should be good times. It will be good time. Maybe in the new year, I'll be so rich I can just retire. I win big money at the casino. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. I appreciate all you. Now, one last thing. We are moving to 26. Man, it's this podcast and also the Existing Fiction brand itself, which is my brand, by the way, if you didn't know. If you didn't know, I am the captain, and I'm pretty much running it all with other people as well, but I am the guy that started it all. And so as the person that runs this thing we call EIF, I guarantee you in the new year, you will still hear podcasts with my unique perspective. You will hear podcasts about songs with Flamingo Man and Lady Rose. You will see the written word constructed by Gotchi Man about movie reviews, right? You hear albums, rap albums, spoken word albums, any techno albums. You can hear all types of albums from various artists. So guys, we got so much going on here at the brand. We're constantly doing this a little small underground kind of thing. We just love the art. We don't do it for the big money, the big payouts. We do it because we love the art. And when we do this art, we do it to try to spread good messages, knowledge, and information so we can level up our life of experience on planet. Like I said, we like to explore the infinite possibilities of existence through art. This is our mission statement. So when you hear this art, we are just exploring the possibilities of being a human being on planet Earth at this time and in the past and the future. We love you guys all. It doesn't matter what country you live in, what language you speak, what nationality, gender, it doesn't matter. We love everybody. It's all about the art. So I want to thank you for joining me and the rest of my people over at EIF. In the new year, we're going to continue to do this. I won't stop till death. I'm just saying I love doing the art. It's so fun for me. In the new year, keep bringing art. Promise you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you. And I hope you guys, no, I don't hope, you will have a good new year. I know this. I can feel it in my bones that next year is going to be good. Now, for some reason it's not, you have the tools, skills, and ability to overcome any obstacle that you encounter. I know, because if you listen to this podcast and you operate like me, because we vibe up, and the kind of people we are, we hit adversity, we just overcome it the best we can. We do necessary work, necessary tools, necessary people, necessary thoughts, and we take action to accomplish what we're trying to achieve and overcome any adversity or obstacles, right? We do, that's how we roll. Sometimes it hurts and it's painful, it doesn't matter, we're gonna do this because this is how we roll. So ladies and gentlemen, if no one else talks to you, no community, you have us. We are your community. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, we'll see. The important thing is to be able at any moment to sacrifice what we are for what we can become. Charles Dubas. Till next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks.